Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about and show you how to export your stems. So today we're going to be working on Studio One 5. Now, whether you're doing a vocal and you're top lining to someone and you're trying to send them all your vocal takes or your stacks of vocals, you've got all these rules apply. Whether or not you're just a session guitarist and you're doing a guitar track for them and you have 20 different guitar parts in the song or whatever it is, you've got to know how to export them the professional way, the standard way that everybody expects to receive them. You know, the very easy way to become or show them that you're an amateur, you haven't done it before, is to export them wrong. So this is how this video is basically going to be how you export your stems. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, guys. So here we are. Let's talk about how to export and export our stems in Studio One. I'm working on Studio One 5. So let's kind of dive in. So a couple of things you want to notice that you want to keep. And the first thing is you've got to clean up the track. So let's go ahead and just look out for anything that we're when I say clean up, what I mean is like extra breaths or little pops or cracks, especially at the end of a song. Sometimes there's ring out notes or there's a lot of crackly things. So if you just go like this and you can kind of zoom right in, these tracks have already been cleaned up. So this is a song that Drew Hemney sent me, and these are amazing. Everything that he sent me is so professional. Everything's so cleaned up, and it's really, really professional. So that's nothing screams amateur more than doing some of these keys wrong. So the first thing is you got to clean these tracks up. So he's actually these are already really clean. I actually had to add a little breath here somewhere if I can find it, so I can kind of clean it up. So where is it? Might be here somewhere. I can't remember where it is. So we'll see it once we're mixing. But so yeah, so a lot of these things. So if you zoom in here, you can kind of really see that this part here it's got like a let me zoom right in here. You can see that that's pretty good. Now, sometimes there's like pops. There's go. So there's a little pop or a crack there, but I think it's actually part of the song. Let's have a listen. It might be, I think it's the word magic. So it has a K at the end, but if not, it's got to go. So let's have a listen let's just solo and listen to that one. Yeah, so it's in there and it needs to be in there. So we don't want to delete that, or we don't want to clean that up. So, but if we would just go like this, delete, and then we just do a little fade like that. So you can do a little bit of the breath. So if that was the case, but it's not on this one. So we'll just do that. Now, a lot of the time, see, these have already been cleaned up. Drew's done a phenomenal job. So if you look here and you zoom in, look, see, we could get rid of a little bit of that. Let's zoom in even more. But that's pretty much clean already. So this is just cleaning up a little bit more. But you'll hear, when you listen to your tracks, there'll be tons of little things on it that's like, gotta clean that up and make sure there's no space, no noise, or anything on the noise floor, or outside, birds chirping, whatever. You'll hear all that. Or you're even just, if you're recording yourself, it could be like breaths that you take, little microphone, you bump the microphone, or maybe you shuffled your feet when you're singing. So many different little noises. So you want to clean all that up. So okay, so that's the first step. We're cleaning it up. So now the next one is a step that you don't need to worry about in Studio One, which is actually a really cool feature. It's consolidating. Now, you've got to make sure that when you bounce everything down or you export everything, it's got to be from 0. It has to be at the very, very beginning. It has to be exactly at 0. Everything has to be at 0. Now, over here, I've got tracks that just, these oohs just come in halfway through the song. So if I export those as it is, they're going to come in at the beginning of the song when the person loads them in, and it's going to be in the wrong spot. So I know that it needs to come in on that 41st measure, and that's where it needs to come in. So that's so important. So you've got to make sure you consolidate them, in which consolidating is basically highlighting all the track, and you hit Shift. If you have the Pro Tools shortcut, you have Shift, Alt, 3. And so there you go, it's consolidated. But the cool thing of what Studio One does is it kind of automatically consolidates. So you don't have to worry about that, which is really, really cool. So, okay, so that's the second thing. You've got to make sure you consolidate if you don't, if you're in Pro Tools, but Studio One, you don't need to. Now you've got to make sure that you bounce from 0. Always bounce everything that you're sending from 0, and just get in the habit of kind of doing that. For me, my main habits are everything starts at 0. I always export them out from 0, and everything's from 0. And then, oh, we can clean up this a little bit here. So everything bounces from 0, and then that's just one of the most things. And there's really only 2 time starts for me. Everything from 0, and then the second start is when I bounce it. I might start it from, let's just say on this song, I might start it from here, which is, that's not 0, but that's where I would bounce it from, because you don't need a 0, you don't need a second or a whole measure of space in your track, like at the beginning if you're releasing an album. That doesn't make any sense. So okay, so then the next thing with Studio One, if you're okay with everything and you've cleaned it up, the next thing is very easy. You just highlight, you just use these little tools over here. Let's zoom in. There it is. You drag it out for the whole session. Yeah. Sometimes that'll work as well. You just hit one of the notes and it comes out there, the loop, because we're going to need that in a second. All right, so now the next thing is we're going to export. So you go up here to song, and or it's what's the shortcut there? Shift. There we go. Option Command E is the shortcut. So all right, so cool. Now we go to in Pro Tools. It's actually Shift Option K, so it's a little different. But okay, so now this is the cool thing about Studio One is you can select all. So I want to bounce all of them except for the master. I don't want to bounce the master, the main thing, but I want to do all the active tracks because I'm sending everything. So, and I'm going to go between the loops because I already made sure that this is at 0. So do not change whatever session your files are in. Don't change it, or export the session as the sample rate that you have 48. Don't convert down or anything. Don't do that here. Just send them off to your collaborator or the person the way that they came in. You don't want to, definitely don't want to go up, like make it, up high. You don't want to sample up. You just want to keep it as it is. Make sure it's a WAV file, because if you go down to MP3, it's going to be, you're losing some quality. So make sure it's a WAV or an AIF. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to find the location. So we are going to put it here in wherever it is, where it's here. So it's on songs. So we're going to create a folder. Now this is the next step that will show people that you're really pro. So I'm going to call this Steve and Drew Song Magic. And we are going to put the beats per minute. Now I already know this song is in, it says down here 110. So we're just going to put it at 110. The song's actually in 115, but just for this exercise, I'm going to show you just whatever the beats per minute is. If it's 110, then you need to put that in there. So 110, and the key, I already know the key is C, key of C. So right there, we created a folder, then we create, and then we go open, and that's with created folder, and then we're just going to call them stems. And there we go. So we do that. I'm going to import to the track after it. No, I'm just going to close that out because, yeah, that'd be fine. So there we go. So you can preserve the mono track. So anything if it's mono, it'll stay mono and it won't go to stereo. If it's already stereo, it'll stay stereo. So between the loop up here, which is this loop little thing up here that we've looped it. So then we go, okay. And here we are, they're exporting. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And if this has been helpful, please give me the thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms to get you higher up in the search feed. And please share it with any friends. And also, I want to let you know, if you want a free PDF on how to write pop songs and a bunch of mixing tips, head over to my website at thesecretstomusicsuccess.com and check out a bunch of that stuff and download that free PDF. I'll put the link in below so that you can access that. But Over there, we have a mentorship program that, I give you song feedback. You actually get to sit in the studio with me virtually and watch as I make a singer-songwriter song, as I make a song that sounds like Taylor Swift, as I do a pop song. You get to sit in the room while we create these sounds. You get to learn all these little tips, all these little tricks that I do every day. So head over there, thesecrets to musicsuccess.com, and I will see you in the chat.